On the Health Beat tonight, the Connecticut House unanimously votes to prevent genetic discrimination by insurance companies. It's meant to assure people who undergo genetic testing that those results will not come back to haunt them, meaning insurance companies could not deny health coverage to people who are genetically predisposed to disease. People who have already been diagnosed with genetic disorders would not be covered under the bill, which now goes on to the Senate.
And also on the Health Beat tonight, the State House of Representatives is passing a bill now to stop sales of children's clothing that has dangerous drawstrings. This follows several tragedies and mishaps, including those right here in Connecticut, where kids have choked when the drawstrings were caught on a branch or a fence.
Do you make your kids practice safety first? Well, the experts say you should, and now a new National Safe Kids campaign launched today is aimed at helping you say yes. The kickoff event featured safety demonstrations by 24 children with topics like bike helmets, fire alarms, and skating. One of today's participants was West Hartford native Terzi Matthews, who you may recall was hit last year by a car after running out into the middle of the street.
Obscene language and racy jokes during TV's Family Hour. This is something a Republican and a Democrat are now joining together to fight. Connecticut Senator Joseph Lieberman says the 8 to 9 o'clock hour in the evening that once featured shows such as Little House on the Prairie and Happy Days now features programming that's often too racy, he says, for children.
Would any parent leave their children with a babysitter who would do or say the stuff that we've just seen that's on network television during the Family Hour every night? The answer is, I'm sure, no.
And Lieberman's colleague Sam Brownback of Kansas cited CBS's Touched by an Angel as a sign that quality family programming can be shown in prime time.
It is a job that requires split-second decisions that can change people's lives forever. Tonight, we're going behind the scenes looking at the people responsible for the 911 emergency services, why they do what they do, and why it's so important to all of us. NightBEAT reporter Jennifer Watson has tonight's special report. We're calling it 911 Heroes.
2 million calls a year are made to 911 in Connecticut. Calls like this one from 6-year-old Nick Kutaya, who saved his mom's life when he called 911.
So we need Mom to go to the hospital.
What's wrong with Mom?
Mom's very sick. We need her to go to the hospital.
Okay, we'll be right there.
Or Winifred Carter, who called when her 2-year-old granddaughter stopped breathing.
Oh, the baby is, I don't know, she's got some.
That's 1, 3.
He's not breathing. Please hurry up. Please, somebody.
We have the ambulance on the way, ma'am, but right now it's you and me and the baby. We're working together, okay?
That voice belongs to Bloomfield police officer Mike Gannis. Gannis talked Carter through the process of reviving Sabrina, who today is a happy, healthy toddler again. The Senate even recognized Gannis for his quick action.
You don't see what you did that day with Winifred Carter as being heroic?
I really and truly don't. What I see it as is that my training paid off.
Training not every 911 dispatcher has. In 25% of Connecticut's towns, you won't get pre-arrival instructions from the dispatcher, like the instructions Officer Gannis gave to Winifred Carter. That's because the towns can't or won't pay the cost for training. Still, not every call for help has a happy ending.
We know there are going to be times that no matter how hard we try, we're not going to be able to save a life. And it's difficult. It bothers me.
It also bothers Gannis that he gets all the credit for saving a life. A life he says can only be saved if the person at the other end of the line follows his instructions, like Winifred Carter did.
I have thought about Sabrina every day. And I do feel that I was given a gift, really and truly. When I go home and I feel like I really had a bad day, and I wonder why I ever got into this job, I just pop that tape in and listen to it. And I go, that's why. That's why.
The connection is made here in the dispatch when the call comes in and help is needed. But another connection is made as well between two people who may never meet, but can impact each other's lives forever. In Bloomfield, I'm Jennifer Watson on the NightBEAT.
Now, Officer Gannis also tells us that 911 receives a lot of calls that are not emergencies, so to keep the lines open for those who need it most. The state is considering another number, that would be 311, that would be used for non-emergencies. And don't you hope, Al, if you ever have to use the number, God forbid, that somebody like Officer Gannis is there.
Just think, there are a lot of them just like Officer Mike out there right now, working very hard and right there for you, and thank goodness for that.
Right.
Straight ahead, we have more here on Eyewitness News tonight. More changes for the Boston Celtics. Rick Pitino's adding another title to his impressive resume. Joe Tess has that story coming up.
And see why Mother's Day is going to be extra special this year for this pair. That's coming up later on Eyewitness News. Stay with us, please.
Your hard-earned vacation. You work hard for it all year long, but don't relax yet. Thieves may be out to get you. Find out where you're most likely to be ripped off. Don't be a target. Tonight at 11 on Channel 3 Eyewitness News, Connecticut's news station. Do you want Connecticut's most accurate forecast? Then turn to Channel 3 Eyewitness News for the most sophisticated forecasting technology in Connecticut. Plan your day with confidence with the Channel 3 New England Weather Service, Connecticut's most accurate forecast.
Eyewitness News Night Beat continues with word of changes on the way for us and more violent weather out west. Right now on 3 Live WeatherNet, our temperatures, the Channel 3 New England Weather Service down to 54 degrees in Milford at Connecticut Post Mall, 56 degrees, and statewide, 52 at Enfield Square Mall, Torrington Country Club in Goshen, 49, 52 on the Yukon campus at Stores, 52 in Waterford, and 56 degrees in Milford, 52 in Meriden. And across the northeastern quarter of the United States, the coolest weather is up here in New England. Look at Bangor, Maine, 39 degrees. The nice warm temperatures to our southwest, 72 in Memphis and 71 degrees south of us in Atlanta at this hour. And across the northeast, we've got rain showing up on radar, pushing its way. Most of this is aloft. There could be a few sprinkles to our south, but this is pushing its way toward us. I think the stuff that's back here will come along to affect us later tonight and early tomorrow morning. And some wet weather just now showing up an extreme edge of our coverage area here. Now these showers, we don't have any severe weather here in the northeast, but right in this area from the Dallas-Fort Worth area all the way back into the sparsely populated areas of West Texas, they've had severe weather this evening, including baseball-sized hail and some tornadoes reported. This system moves through tomorrow and lingers into Saturday with the chance of a scattered shower on Saturday. So here's your forecast in detail. We're not looking for heavy rain developing tonight, but we will see clouds continue to thicken. Rain develops toward morning. Temperatures in the 40s, and tomorrow mostly cloudy, occasional showers, unsettled, 55 to 60. Saturday, a mostly cloudy day, chance of a lingering shower or two, 60 to 65. And Sunday, Mother's Day, mid-60s with partly sunny conditions. We may have a shower on Tuesday. We've updated that part of the 5-day planner. Only 75 instead of 79. Gayle, we remember how we looked forward to that 79 on Tuesday.
We remember it very well. Thank you, Hilton.
Give us and take us away.
That's right.
That was the weather. Now NightBEAT Sports is on deck.
Joe Tessitore joins us now with a look ahead at what's ahead.
Tell your kids to grow up to be an NBA coach.
Okay.
Where the money is. Coming up, the bird has landed. Larry Legend flies home. Rick Pitino isn't happy about this one. We'll tell you all about the ride of Celtic pride taking a Midwestern detour. And the Yankees were showing the attention span of a 5-year-old on a sugar high tonight. Could they spell out a big win? We've got the answer. NightBEAT Sports is next. It's hard to separate Larry Bird from thoughts of legendary moments in Celtic green, but another kind of green has made the separation a reality. $4 million per year has a way of changing things. That's what reports say Bird will receive. Today he accepted the head coaching job of the Indiana Pacers. It'll be the first coaching job at any level for the 3-time NBA champ. The hometown native Hoosier said, Indiana's the only team I wanted to coach. I'm excited about the new challenge. Well, Larry Legend's gain is Rick Pitino's loss. He wanted Bird to stay on with the Celtics as general manager. Of course, there are barely any jobs left in Boston because Pitino now has them all. Today, Red Auerbach stepped aside and handed Slick Rick the title of Celtics president.
So I'm thankful to be here. I'm honored. I can't wait to get started. I wish practice was tomorrow. But there's a lot of things that have to be done before practice can start. Many changes to be made, many things added.
NBA playoffs, Game 2. Hawks, that pulls everything going. The Hawks right to Kemba Mutombo. The follow dunk. Finished with 19 points. Atlanta the upset. The Bulls can lose. 103-95 is your final on the NBA scoreboard. Elsewhere, Utah and the Lakers are still going at it. Hey, no Carolina Hurricane updates for you. Instead, we'll talk real hockey. Rivalry time, Stanley Cup second round. Devils at Rangers, desperate to tie up the series with New Jersey. 2 games apiece. They're looking to make it. Mike Richter, though, Stonewall imitation, throws out 35 saves in New York. Wayne Gretzky, the glory and the past, slams the door shut. Gretzky, 6 in the playoffs. 3-zip the shutout for Mike Richter. Detroit looking to close out the Ducks. And talking about the Rangers, those Rangers in New York, we turn to the ones that, the Rangers in New York that are much less appreciated. I think it has something to do with the fact that they're from Texas and play against the Yankees. David Wells not pitching tonight, so time for him to be foolishly useless in the dugout circa 1979 Village, people. Of course, the Rangers at times were acting that way on the field. Cecil Fielder to slap the center. Things get interesting. The ball wasn't a friend of Texas. Derek Jeter and Bernie Williams score. Why did they score, you ask? Oh, because Damon Buford said, uh-oh. 5-4, the Yankees is your final. Mariano Rivera, his 11th save. At Fenway, Sox looking to keep things going against the Twins, and Will Cordero looking to keep his hands warm against the scoreboard lights. Very interesting. Good use of the lights. In the 6th, Paul Molitor says, I'm the vet, I'll make the magic. His 2-run single breaks up a 4-4 tie. The Twins roll with a 5-run inning. Minnesota takes it 10-7. And as for the Mets this afternoon, they lose in Houston 4-2. Larry Bird drives out west.
Did you know that the Bulls could lose? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Possible.
Apparently it is, though.
Michael must not have been feeling well.
I
guess so.
Thank you, Joe. Before we leave you tonight, Mother's Day is prime time for some primates.
Yeah, we're going to show you why being together is extra special for this this year. It's on the newsreel coming up next.
Time for the NightBEAT newsreel. We begin with one for Mother's Day. Mother and daughter gorillas at San Diego's Wild Animal Park were torn apart by injury but reunited by love. Always works. The daughter injured her leg about a year ago and had to have surgery, but Mom couldn't stand the separation. That lasted longer because doctors were afraid she'd try to remove her baby's cast, making the surgery a total waste. But after 2 weeks, doctors took the chance. Mom, hooray, passed the test. It was a reunion that would make any mother proud.
That's a great picture. And here's another one. It's kind of strange. If birds of a feather flock together, this must be a record because these 2 swans definitely come from different flocks. Look at that. One of the swans is obviously a boat. The other one is a bird. But that didn't matter to Elliot, the real swan maintenance crews at the lake say he loves the boat so much he actually attacks people who try to clean it. I guess whatever floats your boat.
That's right. Well, you can understand why Elliot's attached. It's not like it's shaped like a little pig. It looks just like him.
Just like him.
Way to go.
Confusing.
That'll do it for this edition of Eyewitness News NightBEAT.
And we're going to let you stay tuned now for David Letterman. He's coming up next. Have a good night.
Take it easy.